Welcome back, one and all, to Thionite Plays Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We're finally here after 138 episodes. We are here to play, for the very first time, the DLC Futures Redeemed. Oh my goodness, I have been waiting for such a long time to finally be able to play this. This will be a completely blind go-through for the very first time of Futures Redeemed for me, so I have no idea what to expect. All I know about Futures Redeemed is vague memories from the very first trailer for it, from way back when. I don't know anything else about it. I've genuinely forgotten a lot of that trailer because I only watched it a single time when they originally unveiled it. I think it was in a direct. Not entirely sure. I don't really remember. But one and a half, a little bit of housekeeping. Blah, blah, blah. Get all of the language hiccups out of the way in the beginning of the video. In the main series playthrough, during cutscenes specifically, what I would do is I would be completely silent and just let the game speak for itself. I would go through the cutscenes and just let the cutscenes play out, and I'd be silent, and that would be that. I would talk about everything that happened within the cutscenes after the fact, after I got control back, and etc., etc. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to do that in Futures Redeemed. Because it's completely blind, there might be things that I want to say during cutscenes. It won't be a lot. If there is any at all, it won't be a lot. But there might be some time where I'm be like, I can't hold in my excitement or my thoughts. I won't be able to just keep it caged inside of me. I will try and keep it as silent as I can to let it play out for myself. But because it's a blind playthrough, I might just on the fly theorize and think about things and say a bunch of stuff. And that'll be that. So if I talk during cutscenes, I'll try and keep it brief, but I might talk about things. I'll definitely, certainly try not to talk over the characters. But that's just a little thing. And another thing, I do know that Futures Redeemed has both Rex and Shulk in it. That's about the extent of my knowledge. But because of that, I'm going to assume that it has a lot of stuff to do with Xenoblade Chronicles 1 and 2. So this is your fair warning. In Futures Redeemed, I reserve full rights to talk about things that may or may not be spoilers from Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2. So if you haven't seen, played, or experienced those games, especially the story around them, and the DLC, presumably, go, before you watch this, before you do Futures Redeemed, go and experience those. There are plenty of playthroughs online, or just go and get the games yourselves. They're incredible playthroughs. But if I talk about spoilers, I reserve full rights to talk about spoilers. I will try and keep it to a minimum and not talk about things that the game itself doesn't bring up unless it's integral to my thoughts. But I'll try and keep it to a minimum, but I will reserve the right to talk about spoilers. Oh, I've been talking too long. The game is going to sleep. All right, fine. I will take the game's advice and just get on with this. Futures Redeemed. Oh, this is the very first time I'm even pressing the plus menu on this menu. Oh, let's go to the DLC. I'm so curious. What does this hold for us? It holds a loading screen. Oh, I love loading screens. Oh boy, look at this. Xenoblade Chronicles 3, Futures Redeemed. That's Prison Island, isn't it? This location, that's Prison Island from Xenoblade Chronicles 1. What is that building down below? Honestly, just from this very vague image on the title screen, it looks like some of the ruins from Genbu in Tantal from Xenoblade 2. Like that kind of architecture, those arches, they remind me of the ruined portions. It could be, honestly, from Torna, because Genbu, that kind of architecture, that was Tornan inspired. They were the descendants. I am so very curious, because we haven't seen anything from, like, Tantal or Genbu or anything like that. And we certainly haven't seen anything revolving around Prison Island. It's interesting that Prison Island is even a location that they're willing to show off, because if I remember correctly, didn't Prison Island sink into the head of the Bionis in the tail end of Xenoblade 1? Wasn't that, like, gone? Oh, I'm so, all of the thoughts and the theories. This is just the title screen. Oh my goodness gracious. This is gonna be, press the start button and let's get on with this. I'm so intensely curious. Return to the main game. No, we're just gonna go with the new game. Should I check the options? Probably not. Let's just jump into this. Jump straight into this, please. Oh, I'm so incredibly curious. What difficulty? Hard, normal, or easy? No, we're gonna go with normal because that was the difficulty of the main adventure, and the DLC will also go for normal. All right, now enough with the tutorials. Please allow me to play. Yes, it can be changed. I know. The music already reminds me of the High Entia.
Why? Tell me why? Is this really what you want? Alvis! Drop it, Shulk! Nothing's gonna get through to him. He's a heartless machine. We have to try!
Fascinating. Is this how badly you wish to erase us?
What is happening?
My God.
Are we working with Zed? Oh, the music. Oh my God. What is this? That's the bridge. This is Bionis. Those ruins should not be there. Are we gonna get... Oh, this is... Oh my gosh. Those are the things we fought in Origin.
So can't even seem to break it.
I told you we should have left alone. But you had to stick your oar in, didn't you? Matthew.
She's got the earrings that
Lecture me later, eh? Aye? First things first.
Alvis had.
Impossible.
His core crystal. Right into the thick of things, I suppose. Ouroboros power. Okay. Look, give me the... our boys, Shulk and Rex, they were fighting Alvis with Zed. Why did he call Alvis his god? What the heck is... I have so many questions already. In Futures Redeemed, the right side of the arts palette contains a character with normal arts, while the left side is where you'll find their Ouroboros power. So we probably can't interlink, and instead we just have the Ouroboros power right out the gate. Ouroboros power manifests themselves through special arts, which are significantly more powerful than normal arts. Makes sense? Alright, so Matthew and A. Standing for Alvis, perhaps? Go for Backspin Punch. No effect, we can't break these dudes. Elimination Beam, apparently they got some kind of poison status. Go for Mighty Strike. That's good knockback. Ooh, cancel attack. Oh, nice. So it looks like, oh, if I had to guess, you absolutely have some relation to Alvis. You have to. Your name is A, you've got his, like, Ontos core crystal. Because, like, if you didn't know, the only change of Xenoblade 1 for the Wii versus the Switch remastered, like, HD high-definition remaster game was the only discernible, like, noteworthy thing was in the Wii version, Alvis had a key on his necklace, and in the re-release, the HD remake, he had a core crystal very much similar to Pyra, Mithra, and Malos, which means he's the third Aegis. Oh, so curious. I have so many questions.
Third-rate Mobius arsewipe. Made us bloody work for it.
What was that? That thing at the end?
What thing at the end? You mean the Ouroboros power? Nice touch, eh?
What I'm asking is why you felt the need to use it at all. The scrab was already falling apart.
I mean, that was the last chance to, like, kapow, right? I had to make sure it's a good one. Leaves a bad taste otherwise, the whole rest of the day.
Mobius track it, you know. The Ouroboros power. You need to keep a lid on it, like I keep telling you.
It was only a little whiff. All fine in the end. We won, so what's the damage? Less of the lectures.
The word you should have used is fewer. Grammar matters.
You did it again. Another day without any signals.
Time to pack it in, then.
Huh?
After all our efforts, we've not met a single survivor from the city.
You promised me back then, remember? That we'd find every last citizen. Well, I'm not stopping. I won't quit. Not until I've done just that. Let's move on. Tomorrow will be our lucky day. I can feel it.
So does this technically take place after N's original attack on the city where he killed everyone? Very well could be. Is this pond Vermilion Woods? That pond reminds me a lot of where
It'll be night soon.
you first go onto the Torgoth
The
Plains.
fight earlier will have taken its toll. We should find somewhere to rest before sundown.
What's with the weird
Agreed.
black
Also,
bars?
I'm bloody starving. Let's camp round here for today.
Oh, it's gone. It was probably just because they were talking. Okay, Vermilion Woods. Matthew. I feel like I should have known that. I feel like they revealed that name in the past, but it's still brand new to me. Okay. Matthew and A. Does that mean you have some ties to Mobius? Because, like, of all of the people who are only named after a single letter, it's Mobius. X, Y, Z, M, N, J. Although, would that make you, like, a good Mobius? Because you're at the polar end, like, the other end of the alphabet, like A, N, Z. The beginning of the end. Very curious. I have a lot of questions and so much speculation. Why do you have that one single earring? It's like there's so many connections. Alvis, A, the alphabet, Mobius, the core crystal. So curious. All right, let's get going. What do these flowers remind me of? I feel like, honestly, I don't know off the top of my head. I feel like they should be like flowers from Uriah, I guess. They don't really feel like that, though, but I feel like I recognize them. I'm so very curious. Can we, what is our menu looking like? It looks pretty much the same. We still got ether cylinders, we got some gold, we got quests. Chapter 1. Oh my god, we're gonna have side quests. Matthew and A are traveling through the Cent Omnia region. Cent Omnia. Central Omnia? Because Ionios, I mean, I suppose Omnia as like a Ionios kind of substitute would make sense. Or, well, it kind of fits. What about our actual characters? Matthew is an attacker, and A is a healer. What kind of arts do we have? Backspin Punch, which is a break. Mighty Strike, which is a knockback. Revolt Uppercut. which evades attacks and boosts damage when canceling. So you want to lead into uppercut. What does detonating hit do? We didn't see that in the fight. It's a frontward AoE. Interesting. What about the skills? We don't have any of them. Martial artists. Very interesting. What about A? What kind of arts do you have? Cross Ray. Heals nearby allies when art hits to 100% of healing power. Shaker Edge, which is a topple. And Light Field, which gives... recharge? No, regenerate. What is Vision? Renders all attacks on the party ineffective for 15 seconds. That reminds me of Mithra's Foresight. All attacks are ineffective for 15 seconds. That's like Foresight. That's because that's yet another connection for the Aegis column. What is Sword Mirage? Auto attacks recharge and evasion up. Interesting. Very interesting. What kind of sword do you have? Pull that back out. It's like a Monado colored katana type thing. Wait, what was her actual class? Monado Fencer. Okay, so it's like a Monado rapier type thing. Oh, I'm just gonna... This is what you'd expect. This is what's going to happen for the entirety of Futures Redeemed. A blind playthrough of... This is exactly what the first playthrough of Xenoblade 3 proper looked like. It was just me going through menus and pontificating about things. Visions. Okay, I could have guessed. A's talent art Vision has some special effects. Enemy attacks will not affect the party for a set time, 15 seconds, as we saw. The number of times you can use it per battle is limited. Right now it's only at 1. While the Vision is in effect, A's talent art changes to Vanishing End, which hits all enemies. So we have 15 seconds to get Vanishing End going. Like other talent arts, Vanishing End is also charged by performing roll actions, in particular using Light Field while contributing to building the recharge. Vision is a powerful tool, but since its number of uses is limited, take care to use it when you'll get the most out of it. Alright, so let's swap to A, use Grant Vision. Okay, that's interesting. Use Light Field. Turn off auto battle so I can get control of this. So we've got the regenerate. Do Vanishing End then. That is a powerful multi-hit attack. Nice.
The outcome was patently obvious.
Very interesting. And those, like, that one singular, like, wing of light that emerged when she was in battle, well, firstly, in the very first cutscene with, Rex and Shulk fighting Alvis, that was what he had. And it also reminds me of what Zanza had at the end of the game of Xenoblade 1. I am so curious about all of this. Affinity goals. Oh, goodness gracious. In Futures Redeemed, leveling up isn't the only way to strengthen Matthew and his crew. Accomplishing affinity goals and spending the affinity points they grant is another. So yet another way to make affinity worth our time. Very curious. Can I make it... okay, they're forcing us to do this. Community. Let's check the details of your affinity goals. Select affinity goals at the very top. All right. A new menu. The different types of affinity goals. Affinity goals are split into 6 categories and are achieved in the field and in battle. Achieving them grants affinity points, which can be spent to empower party characters. Earn affinity points by discovering treasure troves and locations around the world. Oh, so no point in not getting those. In the original game, you just got a bunch of loot. In this, you can make your party stronger. Oh, I am absolutely going out of my way to find those things. Then we have battle missions. Earn affinity points in battle by defeating unique monsters. Okay, for the first time ever, we're going to be fighting unique monsters. Because when have you ever seen a series of Xenoblade 3 where the first unique monster anyone ever fights is in the DLC in the post-game? Affinity scenes. Earn affinity points by viewing events that can occur at various locations in the world of Ionios. Okay, we're still in Ionios, good to know. These let you listen to the party's conversations while enjoying the view. Okay, so this kind of reminds me of like the affinity events that are in Futures Connected, the DLC of Xenoblade 1, where it's not like affinity, like heart-to-hearts. In that game, they're called heart-to-hearts, where you have conversations. It's kind of like that. Man, I need to go back and play that again. Maybe in the future. In the Futures Connected. Anyway, what else do we have? Community. Earn affinity points by meeting residents of the various areas of Ionios and completing community tasks. Okay, so actually worth our time to talk to people. Good to know. And the Enemypedia. Earn affinity points by defeating a set number of the many monsters that populate the various areas of the world. Okay. And then the Collectopedia. Earn affinity points by gathering collectibles in each area of the world and registering them in the Collectopedia. The Collectopedia returns. Oh my god, I didn't even make that connection. Is it the same type of Collectopedia in the base game? You can highlight each node to see more information about it. Select the Enemypedia. Alright. Check the affinity goals. Check those land wolves you just took out. You can see how many more you need to beat and what they drop. Oh, this is like a Pokedex. This is a Pokedex of monsters. Okay. Affinity goals are a key feature of Futures Redeemed. Always keep them in mind as you explore Ionios. So I need to fight 3 more, which are the ones right in front of us. So they can drop wolf meat. They can only drop them at the first normal quality or difficulty. Interesting. What do I have to do? I want to see more of this, please. Allow me to explore my menus. Enemypedia 2. Monsters already registered in the Enemypedia will be marked with an icon, while completed entries will be shown with a check mark. Unregistered monsters will not have either. Okay. If you spot a monster not marked with either of those icons, try fighting it and fill in the Enemypedia. Monsters that are higher level than you will be displayed in yellow on the Enemypedia screen. Those whose level is significantly higher will be shown in red. Alright, that's the same as I might expect. I want to see what else we have. Exploration. So we have... Okay, so that's the Collectopedia. We have a map. Oh my god. Oh, containers 0 of 7. Relics 0 of 3. Locations, landmarks, secret area, rest spots, field crafting, city survivors, 6 unique monsters. They just give me all of this? That's really good to know for my completionist. Oh, they have a percent marker. Oh, you know I'm gonna have to 100% this. Oh, that's a thing. That is a thing. That's a thing. Okay. So the Enemypedia, the map, and the Collectopedia. Okay, so this is a proper Collectopedia. We have to drop off a certain amount of things, not just one of everything. We need to do... Okay, so they're taking things from Xenoblade 1 and other new things completely. Oh, this is so good. This is so cool. Battle missions. Oh, that's probably the stuff on the side. Oh, I see it on the bottom. Battle missions, unique monsters, enemy territories, interventions. Sorry, that didn't register as the word interventions for a moment. All right, that's curious. What about affinity scenes? Oh, nope, also on the thing of 2 of them. All right, pay more attention. Community. We can't go into community yet. And then Collectopedia and the Enemypedia we've already seen. Presumably once we start finding more characters, again, presumably from the city, we'll be able to look at this. This reminds me of like the community, like the affinity, or the way of building affinity between characters in Torna the Golden Country, which is the DLC from Xenoblade 2. Party skills.
Let's make the most of it on our search.
Speed jogger, item retriever, slow digestion. So they're the same amulet bonuses. They're not the bonuses that you get from, affinity with colonies. They're from amulets and then meal effects, which is the same. Very curious. Out of curiosity, do we have a separate save system for this? We do. Okay, I'm gonna make a save.
Record updated.
Record updated. Okay, let's go fight these stupid wolves because I want to see what all this does. Howl for help. Here, I'm gonna turn off auto battle going forward so I don't have to worry about this nonsense. Go for Go for field, or light field. Get that back going. So that looks like it did 25% on vision, which is very interesting. Go for sword mirage. Okay, so that gives us evasion up. Go for this. Nice. Got a level up. We're getting a lot on the level ups. Oh, I am not used to having to get so close to the items to pick them up. But that's not really a concern. 5 affinity points. Affinity growth, okay. Go to the main menu, character's affinity growth, to use affinity points to make the party stronger. Affinity points are shared by the entire party. Good to know. So it's like bonus EXP. Furthermore, only one tier of purchasable abilities will be available from the start. Specific items are needed to unlock further tiers. Okay. Try to consider the entire party's priorities as you decide which characters to empower and which skills to purchase. Interesting. Okay. Let's see this. Go to all of the things. So go to characters, affinity growth. Oh, I wonder if this is in any way, shape, or form like the interlinked menu. We'll have to see. It's kind of vaguely similar. Choose to learn the attack plus skill. So is this how we can get our skills? So it looks like there's only 3 tiers. Interesting. Very interesting. So what do we have? Backspin punch. Oh, so this is like interlinked because this is how you enhance your arts. So that would, if I did get backspin punch, it would get the recharge from 8 down to 7, and then the power would go from 180 to 235%. Gotcha, I see. So this is how we increase and empower our skills and learn new ones. Interesting. Initiative effect. Acceleration. Starting a battle with an attack from the back grants the whole party fast recharge. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of new mechanics to learn. So this one would just increase our attack by 30. All right, give it to me.
I must be some kind of genius.
I'm sure you are a genius, Matthew. You can buy more nodes if you have the affinity points. The locked tiers can be opened by using unlock kits. Okay, so that reminds me of like the overdrive protocols from 2. Very curious. So we don't have any more, and I can't swap to A. So that gives us, all right. Well, what other tutorials do you have for us? Very curious. So what does that unlock in the Enemypedia? Or does it just say we're done with that? It just says we're done with this. Okay, so that's interesting. Go back to Enemypedia. Okay, and then those are the unique monsters because they've got the things. So like the six unique monsters. Okay, very curious. There's a lot of monsters. There is going to be a lot of stuff to focus on. This is good. This is great. Give me all of these items. Mallow of the Marsh, Flake Crystal. I'm going to put those... The Roget Causeway. Interesting. An affinity scene is right in front of us. Okay, hold on to that. Go into the Collectopedia. Can I drop off anything? I can technically... we found some dainty shrooms, Mallow of the Marsh, Flake Crystal, Demon Marble. Right, we're going to need to pay attention to all of that. All right, let's look at this affinity scene. I'm very curious. Leaf-strewn clearing. Affinity scenes. You may discover locations in the world which can trigger an affinity scene. These allow you to admire the scenery while your companions enjoy a little chat. You can trigger a scene by approaching it and holding down the ZR button to start. Yeah, absolutely.
Say, the Cent Omnia region we're in now. It's smack in the middle of Ionios, yeah?
Yes, that assessment is correct.
Right, so if we captured this area, couldn't we raid the other regions pretty much at will? This is the only place connected to the other 4 regions at once, right?
Which means that conversely, it can also be attacked from all 4 sides.
Yeah, there's that.
But I'll admit that it does have the strategic value that you ascribe to it. It's an undeniable fact that both Kevis and Agnes are desperate to gain control of this region. The positional advantage of having access to all other regions may make the attendant risks more palatable.
I see.
Okay, several things. That was Mor Ardain. That was the Ardanian Titan. That was definitely Prison Island. And there are 4 other regions? Does that mean only 2 of those are Agnes and Keves? Are there 2 other powers at play that we've never encountered before? I am very curious. Oh, I have so many questions. Very interesting. And the center of Ionios, does that mean... Because, like, before, the center of Ionios in the main game was, like, an ocean where Origin was. I have so many questions. Give me all of these items. We're going to need a lot of these items. I also want to, I really now always want to fight enemies. Old Court Eluk.
All right, give me your best shot.
Unerringly bold.
Oh yeah, I need to turn off the auto battle. Once this fight is done, we're totally turning off auto battle. Get that break. Go for the topple, please. A, if you can get the topple. Go for the front attack. Got the knockback. Did you already use your topple art? I bet you would. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so because I thought I'm having in the moment live, because of so much of this, or like doing the Enemypedia is something I do want to do, I'm probably going to
This would slow us down.
cut out, for the Let's Play's sake and the sake of time, I'm probably going to cut out enemies that we've already fought. Like these Eluks, because we've already fought one and they're not terribly powerful. I'm probably going to cut out fights when we focus down on those, because I don't want to get repetitive. If anything interesting happens, of course I'd cut back, but I'm probably just going to do a bit more fighting, because this will be... I'm so curious. Oh, turn off the auto battle. I forgot about that. I will do this. All right. Because that Wolf is here, it's going to take a little bit of extra time. It's fine. Let me just take care of these enemies. Enemypedia. That's gonna take a minute to get used to that word. Enemypedia. So we did the one. Got the Enemypedia entry for... How do I get over there? Is it Affinity Goals? Right, Affinity Goals. It's going to take a minute to get used to the new menus. To the Eluks. We only needed to fight 2 of them. Interesting. Okay, so Shining Eluk Antler. Currently pinned. Interesting. Okay, so that's another enemy down. Are there any new enemies? Oh, some Knuckle Bunnets. Let's fight them, I suppose. There are some new enemies. Come here, Bunnet. Are you going to be as pathetic as you're expecting, as I expect you to be? Child's play. And they're dead already. How many of those do I need to fight?
The outcome was patently obvious.
Probably not a lot. Here, just fight them. Oh, so easy. Knuckle Bunnets are child's play. Already defeated.
This would slow us down.
All right, let's actually make some progress. We can fight those Knuckle Bunnets as well, because they're right there. Oh, a cave. Let's go in the cave first. Oh, don't you worry, A. We're going into the cave.
What lurks inside, I wonder?
Oh, we're going to find out. Nope.
We will know its name for certain.
Bombastic Rotbart Jr. Oh no, it's Territorial Rotbart's child. If I were to defeat that enemy, we would lose instantaneously. Not because we wouldn't be able to put up a fight against Rotbart Jr., but because if Rotbart Sr. ever showed up, that would be game over.
Don't break formation.
Destroy these Bunnets. I really like the break in the topple already.
The outcome was patently obvious.
Of course it was patently obvious. We are Matthew and A. Let's see what this cutscene's all about. I'm so curious. What else do we got? Show me something new.
All right. This will be a good place for a rest.
Night has caught up with us. We had better make haste setting up camp.
Niall! Granddad!
Matthew,
Granddad!
take care of Nael, the future.
Granddad!
It's in your hands, Matthew.
Ah!
The sun's already hanging high in the sky, Matthew.
Suppose I should thank you then for letting me sleep in.
Sleeping on the ground. I've never seen anyone make it look quite so comfortable. I worry.
Grandad and I did a lot of camping out. Back when I was a kid, I mean. It don't bother me. Huh?
What's that signal?
Ping from a city iris. Come on, hey!
The X Reader. Matthew's handheld terminal is called the X Reader. It responds to signs of city survivor presence, notifying you with sound and light. When a signal is detected, a notification chime will sound, and one side of the minimap will light up. As you head in the indicated direction and get closer to your target, the entire rim of the minimap will glow. As you get closer, the chime will become louder and more frequent, so use those clues to find every last one of the city survivors. Very curious. I wonder about that cutscene, because that was N's original attack where he killed everyone in the city from those flashbacks of M that she showed us. One question I have is, because naturally, is Matthew Noah and Mio's child from those flashbacks? Before they were M and N, they had that kid. Is Matthew that child? I don't actually know. I presume so. But then the natural question would be, of course, is he referred to that guy as grandpa. And it's like, you don't actually have to be, like biologically related, like that grandpa was, like his father's father or mother's father or whatever. Like, they don't have to be related by blood. They can just be like, it's like, I was adopted by an old guy, so we just call him grandpa type thing. And that's entirely possible. But then he seemingly like self-detonated in like an ether explosion. So maybe he was like, I don't, like he had like a core crystal or like a flesh eater type thing going on. I have many questions, many questions. But this is a good place to stop off on episode 1 of Futures Redeemed. Oh boy, I am heavily invested already. This is so good. Oh goodness gracious, I cannot wait to continue on this adventure. This is going to be so good. Quest route, map, quests, and characters. We're going to have to change that eventually, but I'm going to bring the camera out a little bit. On the next episode, we're going to keep going and presumably look for that signal from the survivors from the city. And hopefully maybe find more answers, like who Nail is. We need to go and track down Super Kami Guru. He is going to have all of the answers. So whether you watched this very first introductory episode of a Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Futures Redeemed for 30 seconds, or the entire thing, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Later.